to a Christmas special edition to the Tusketeer Podcast. This is the anthem. This is the anthem of the last few weeks. Transfer. Screw the transfer portal. Purtle.
Oh gosh,
boy, we's
all
all
to deal with.
We's
See
all
what I have to deal with here.
You know, hey, it's almost Christmas time. Why not be a little?
Maybe what
jolly?
if Santa enters the transfer portal?
Dude, if Santa enters, my kids are screwed.
Well, they're probably on the naughty list anyway.
2 out of 3 are for sure.
Yeah. Well, at least you got 30. You know, you got 33%.
Yeah, we're good.
You got 1/3 of them.
We're good, but
Could be worse.
Oh, I'm muted. That's the problem.
Don't touch the sound. You don't know how to work.
Look,
this.
I can reach it, so I'm going to touch it. It's a lot of buttons here. I don't know what they do.
Hey,
but
it's time for a button window.
Speaking of that, did y'all hear the news?
What's the news?
What's the news?
What kind? The drones in New Jersey?
No, Arkansas Razorback football is going to suck again next year.
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
that's a typical Buck.
I mean,
that's nothing new coming from
Nothing
this.
new.
wait. Are y'all
time
out? Are y'all telling me y'all expect something different?
Until I know who's on the roster, I'm not going to make any assumptions.
It doesn't matter. We know who the head coach is.
Any observations? No.
Hey,
no.
Don't be dogging. You say
I'm just
nobody
saying.
wants
I'm
to
just
play
saying.
for Pittman. We just got a big O tackle from Georgia Tech that graded out at dang near 95. Who did they beat? Who did Georgia Tech beat? 3 big teams.
They
almost beat Georgia.
They almost beat Georgia. Yeah.
So there's no slouch. And then we got another guy potentially coming D tackle from Georgia.
So because a team almost beat Georgia and they had a left tackle
I'm just
that
saying,
might have played in that game.
Talent.
No, he did play almost every
Talent
play.
comes.
And he graded out at like a 95 for the year, not just in that game, but for the year. So that's a great pickup. And
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying
Pittman.
it's not, but we need a lot more than that.
We've got
a lot more than that.
most transfers
We'll
in the portal in the SEC with 27. The next in line is going to be Oklahoma at 24. Excuse me, Mississippi State at 25, then Oklahoma at 24.
So we have 2 more than 2 other teams. Everybody acts like this is, abnormal.
It's the
new norm. It's just a matter of what number are you going to have each year. You're going to have 27 one year. You'll have 19 the next. You'll have 23 the next.
It's the new
It's not
normal.
going to be the same.
We've
number
had
every
27 out and 8 in so far.
It's the new normal, but
year.
it's also we're leading the country, right? Still leading the country in transfers. That's not normal.
I know in the
I do
SEC.
think
I don't know
so.
about the country. But
I'm pretty sure it's the
I don't
country.
know about I don't know about the country.
well,
It
I heard,
was.
what was it? Marshall's coach. He's leaving to go to Southern Miss, and the whole team threatened to transfer and just follow him over to Southern Miss.
How about the Penn State backup quarterback?
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Their Penn State's playing.
In
By
the
the way,
playoffs.
if you haven't noticed, we've got a little bit different background, to us. We've got the Christmas tree. Buck was so kind to put up a Christmas tree for us.
Waiting on the kids to come
Yeah.
and put some ornaments.
Well,
on.
we've got Rudolph.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed
You know,
Reindeer with
it's-
a
I do love the red
lovely
nose
hat.
you made on it.
It is very nice.
Very
It's
innovative.
It's a nice touch. It's a
you
nice
can't see
touch.
his eyes though. The hat kind of fell.
So he's kind of
He's low billing. He's
Yeah.
low billing. Speaking of hats,
he's taking a nap.
I like your Happy
Yeah, they
Gilmore
probably
hat.
can't read it from there.
Happy. It's a Happy Gilmore
Just
hat.
tap it in.
Just
tap
tap it in.
But yeah,
Tap,
no.
tap, tap,
Just high level view. I think we do have the most transfers in the portal in the country. D1 at least for sure.
Well, with a 6-6 football team, are you too upset about that?
No, like you said,
I'd be more upset about it if we were
it's the
9-3.
new normal.
But it's 6-6. I mean, that gives us opportunity to go get 9-3 guys, and
Exactly.
not 6-6 guys.
Well,
You can't sit here and act like you're optimistic about losing Lucas
Well,
and all these
where
guys.
were we
that-
at last year? Buck?
I'm just
And then
he
we
was
got
hurt.
Taylon
He was
Green,
hurt.
We got
We'll
Jaquan
get-
He was
Jackson.
hurt.
We'll get
We
an
got
equivalent.
Carmona. We got a lot of players
talent.
last year to
Yep.
make us be optimistic about this past.
What happened with that
Yeah,
year?
just finished.
What happened though? 6
We
and
went
6.
6-6, but you
We
still.
will get equivalent talent. As
I like y'all's
Luke has.
optimism, and I want to be, but
I think we'll get the same, if not better.
I mean, it's just the name of the game now.
If we get worse, then guess what? Pick up shop. We're changing. we're changing the whole deal.
Did y'all hear
Yeah.
what Braylon Russell wanted from Arkansas?
There's no
How
telling.
much money
There's no telling.
that he asked Pittman for? $1 million. He would have stayed
As a running back.
as a running back
A
that
freshman
barely
running back.
touched
Go
the
look
ball.
at the
Barely
NFL.
touched the ball.
They value
Uh,
running backs the least of any position in the NFL because they realize that running backs are dime a dozen now.
If y'all say Darren McFadden played in today's age and played for this team, how much would y'all pay Darren McFadden to stay?
Oh, Darren McFadden's a different story.
That's
He's
No,
top
no,
three
no. That's
backs
a
ever
real
in the
question. How much?
SEC.
How much would
If he
y'all
was
pay?
like, all right, listen, I'm $2 million or I'm gone, I'm paying the dude $2 million.
Yeah,
How-
I would have
how
paid
high
Felix
would you go?
Jones and
How high would you go? Is I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, probably a couple, at least 2 or 3 million.
Think about Texas quarterbacks. They what 3 or 4 million a piece?
yeah, but that's a guy that touches the ball every play.
Right.
The only reason why he's got
So
that
did Darren
much
McFadden pretty
is
much.
his last name.
Well,
Him
yeah.
and Felix Jones, one of them was
with that
touching the
kind
ball.
of offense, yeah. But those offenses are gone.
But I'm saying with a talent like that, how much like back in the day, say there was NIL, how much would you pay him? I think
That's
for
a
me,
really
as a running back,
big
1.5
hypothetical
million.
question.
Yeah, it is. 1.5 million is probably the highest I would go, considering all that I've heard about all these players wanting money and what they're asking for.
Well, here's the deal. I think it'd be easy to come up with a number.
We got a comment on the koozie already.
You figure
What is the koozie?
I don't know.
What does it say? Margaritaville?
Hurricane in.
No. Hurricane Eddies. But what was I
Who's
saying? What were we
Victoria?
talking about?
Sports.
Well,
No.
no crap.
Transfer portal.
Yeah, y'all done let me lose my train of thought with the
Oh,
koozie.
we made you lose your train of thought. It has nothing to do with
What does the koozie say?
It's Hurricane Eddies. It's a place in Florida.
Crazy
Okay.
Crazy Eddie's last hoorah. It's about that song's a good
It's my
song.
dog. My dog name's Eddie. So
It's a song about killing a
I had to
woman.
get it. What?
Crazy Eddie's last hoorah. It's a great song. It's about killing a woman because she pisses you
know.
off.
Yeah, you had me listen to it one night in the truck.
Probably it's on 10.
Yeah. It was 9 or 10, something like that.
All
There's a lot
right.
of
What are
pickup
y'all
banger.
talking about right now?
He's talking about
This
a
is a
song.
podcast about sports.
Sports, Razorbacks. Hey, last time we had this, we were getting ready. We were gearing up to play number what?
We just sit here and
14.
watch the game after the podcast.
Yeah, right. The
And
Michigan
we
was
went
14.
crazy up in this.
Oh
living
my
room.
gosh! I think
Yeah.
there was some people here that might not.
That was a great game.
Come
Yeah,
back
That was a
some
wonderful
people.
game.
Yeah,
After-
yeah. There was some.
after
Yeah, they
that.
were giving us some crazy looks for sure. Especially you over there. They were giving you some real crazy looks. You were up dancing, screaming, touching my.
But what a
ceiling.
game! We're down what 15 as
We
much.
all were
But we were Arkansas was down as much
down
as 15.
then back up
Up
18.
18.
33 points.
What a swing!
I mean, it's
What a freaking swing!
not only that, but
I don't
we
know if I've
lost
ever seen
that
a
lead
game
too.
that
We
way.
almost lost the game.
Well, you got to expect. You're
That?
not gonna.
Come on now.
I mean,
y'all thought there's no way
that's a
because I sent it.
That's a 3-point shoot.
I sent it in a message. Remember that? I said, "What if we mess this up?" Soon as I sent that message, I swear, two
Why-
plays
why
later,
would
we
you have-
start. I know.
Why would
It's-
you have sent that in a message? We were sitting at your.
It's just
your
like
house.
everyone knows that really watches Arkansas Razorbacks, no matter if it's basketball, baseball, just like the baseball team did years back. Remember that?
Every
One pop fly. That's
Shut
all we
up.
had to
You
catch.
shut your big mouth.
But I'm saying Arkansas is known for that, so it's expected for me.
With it does
My heart
with,
expects it.
with basketball. Here's my dissertation of the basketball program. No matter who the coach is, whether it was Nolan Richardson, Stan Heath, Pelfrey, Mike Anderson, Musselman, we do not know how to play ahead. We are always playing catch up.
That's the
And when we
Razorback way.
when we
It's the
do get it,
Razorback way.
when we do get ahead, we play not to lose, not playing to win, and that's
We
what.
start going
No matter
with
what
that
sport it is.
conservative ball.
Yeah.
Well,
It-
you know what that is? That's if you start, that's a culture. That's a winning culture that we just have not been able to develop on a consistent basis when it comes to year in, year out. You start thinking about teams like Duke and North Carolina and Kansas and UConn and all of these teams in basketball that just have that. It don't matter who they plug in and play there. And you can look at the 90s, you can look at the early 2000s, you can look at the mid 2000s. all the way to today, and those teams just consistently, they may have a down year, but then they're going to have 3 or 4, 5, 6 up years. We're just the opposite. We have 5, 6, 7
all
down
them
years,
programs
and then have 1 or 2 good up years.
Yeah.
We've got to be able to figure that out.
All them programs have one thing in common: Hall of Fame head coaches. We haven't had that.
Well, Calipari is.
He
a
is
change of that.
We just now got
Imagine a Roy Williams or a Bill Self or Billy Donovan, that was in Florida, or, some of these big names.
Bob Knight. Yeah.
Bobby Knight. We've never had those. We had Eddie Sutton, and Nolan Richardson really wasn't a big name. He made his name at Arkansas.
And
he
think
wasn't
about the
somebody
football
we went and
teams.
got somewhere else.
Think about the football teams like Nick Saban, multiple championships, LSU, Alabama, Urban Meyer, Florida, Ohio State.
Yeah, you can use basketball.
Hall of Fame
baseball.
coaches, they changed the culture of those programs. And Florida's doing terrible now, but
you can see there's been a transition within football and basketball. There's really not a whole lot of them guys left.
That's what I said about Kirby
There's
Smart.
really not a whole lot.
Kirby Smart's the last dynasty coach that was hired.
I don't.
Now that
I don't
Urban
believe
Meyer's
that.
gone,
no way. No, there's going to be a program come up with a lot of money and continue with that money.
But Dabo was there. I'm talking Kirby Smart was hired at Georgia to build a dynasty, and he's
done it, but he's not the last.
I thought you were talking about the old school guys that are left.
No, I'm just saying there's not going to be any more.
Unless
Dabo's not really old school.
You're going to do it's going to be the Buck mentality. You've got 2 or 3 years, and if you don't win, if you're not CFP, you're gone.
Hey, y'all always say the times are changing, right? Well, there you go. Times are changing. You got to give them the coach 3 or 4 years. I mean, they're bringing in new players every single year.
That is what Calipari said.
Shorter.
That is what Calipari said was one of his deciding factors was his wife was talking about. He was talking about the decision with his wife, whether to move, whether to make this transition or not. And she said, honey, your players can leave at any time. And he's like, holy cow, that resonated with him.
It wasn't his wife that said that.
Used to, coaches had to worry about leaving their kids because they weren't able to transfer.
Look it up.
That's what coaches worried about.
Who was it then?
It wasn't his wife. It was one of his, I think it was some mentor or somebody close to him. It was somebody close to him.
Houston. It was.
I thought it was
Kelvin Sampson. Kelvin Sampson.
No, his wife gave him the okay to move. That's who he had to go to.
He called Kelvin Sampson asking about Yurachek, and then in the same conversation said, "Listen, don't be worried about leaving your kids because now in this day and time in college basketball,
they'll leave you tomorrow." Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
he did ask his wife before coming here to make sure it's okay.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I doubt he said, "Babe, I know you're in the shower, but hey, we're moving to Arkansas."
We're moving to Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Well, I mean,
never.
Get ready. No comment.
No
comment.
We're going.
No comment.
On what?
That? Nothing. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
No, it's funny you say that. You know who was asking about you the other day?
Nobody.
Oh my God.
What?
I heard the craziest freaking story at work today. I've got to tell y'all.
Okay.
Holy cow. I was meant to honestly start the podcast with this.
You're freaking me out.
We've got an installer. Well, he's more of like an apprentice, kind of a newer guy. He was telling us this guy or his buddy had a son.
What? God. Where are you going with this? They had a son. Is this a real story?
Did they have a daughter too?
No, I don't know. This is a real story.
Well, freaking tell it.
This is a real life thing. Y'all need to hear this.
We're listening.
All right. So this guy's name is Seth. He had a buddy named, I think he said his name was
Ralphie.
Zach. Anyway, Zach, let's call him Zach. Zach had a kid that his right eye was screwed up. And so the doctor was like, hey, we can fix this, but we have to circumcise him and take that. What? This is a real story.
This is a Razorback podcast.
So
if anybody's listening,
they had to take the. All right, shut up. They had to take the foreskin and attach it to his eye, but they said he was going to be all right. He was just going to be a little cockeyed.
That was. God. You're not my
We're
brother
gonna end this
anymore.
show early, guys.
You're not
It
my
was nice
brother
of y'all
anymore.
to listen, but
You messed me up by going.
I'm just disclaiming you. Oh.
that's supposed to be our host. He's supposed to be our host.
Listen, it's Christmas time. Things get weird. Okay.
Yeah. No shit, Sherlock.
I do
Y'all know what you call a dog
I
with
do
one
a-
leg?
I do apologize for dropping the F-bomb last week.
That's a be all right.
Do y'all know what
It'll be
y'all
all
call
right.
a dog with
Y'all
one leg?
softies out there.
Mom stopped watching.
Did y'all hear me?
Good.
What do you call a dog with one leg?
Bitch. I don't know.
It doesn't freaking matter.
Oh shit!
He'll never
we've got
come
people
anyway.
on there. You guys need a fact checker. Steve Sawyer's laughing. I'm falling asleep. Wes,
Steve Thrasher.
screw you, Wes. I also need a joke
Wes,
checker.
Don't be
What the
falling
hell?
asleep.
Listen, I screwed up the joke because he was laughing and it made me laugh because I was already about to laugh because I knew it was a
That'll
joke.
baby Wes.
Okay,
Man.
but it
You gotta, hey,
Are we gonna talk
our
about-
listeners?
Are we gonna
And
talk about some
watchers
sports now?
You know, they're holding us accountable here.
yeah, Singleton to Purdue with Barry Odom, as Steve mentioned. That's a big story. I mean,
Yeah, I think Odom and Singleton's going to show something next year.
I mean,
Purdue.
Purdue.
That's a
that was
that's a
such-
great pickup.
But
for them.
Purdue was terrible last year.
Well,
I
they-
mean,
exactly.
or this year,
They
I
can only
guess.
get better.
They're
Oh, he's the
terrible.
head coach, right?
Odom just left UNLV.
Won the bowl game with UNLV, goes to Purdue.
I think that's a great get.
I mean,
Whatever. Y'all know whatever happened to that quarterback that he wasn't getting his money there and he decided to quit like 4
Yeah.
games.
Oh yeah, 3 games in.
What's he doing now?
I don't know. You
I
know
haven't
why?
heard.
He was killing it.
Do you
Like
know-
he was
You know
putting
why
up
I
stats.
don't know? Is because this is how bad the portal has ruined the college football for me. I don't pay attention to anything. If I'm on Facebook and I see a Razorback page pop up that so and so.
I mean, we keep up with the Razorbacks, but as far as across the country,
I don't.
We
Oh,
lose
across the
track of
country.
That's what I'm-
There's no way you can.
That's what
There's
I'm
no
telling you.
way.
there's
I-
2,700 of them.
If
I don't. pay
even the
attention
guys
to
with the
Razorbacks.
full-time jobs
Literally.
on ESPN,
That's not
they're
just a
probably
number.
having problems.
I see the big names that enter the portal with Razorbacks, but I can't. I don't have the bandwidth to just sit there and dive into this shit because you've got 27 out and 8 in.
Y'all know,
I don't know who those 8 are besides that the guy from Baylor, the guy from that we just got today from Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
Who else?
Well, we've got a few
Name the
prospects
other
they've
6
already
players.
said that are making a visit but haven't committed.
No,
yet.
we've got
We
8
need to get those
commits.
guys.
We've got 8
I
commits.
know, but they've said that there's about 3
But
or 4
that's
or
what-
5 others
I
that
know.
haven't committed.
I know. But I'm making a point here is out of those 8 commits, name the other 6 that outside of the Georgia Tech guy and the Baylor kid.
Yeah.
That's how much I
And the
can't.
only reason
I
y'all know
can't
those
pay
is because they have a
attention to this.
star by their name. That's really the only reason. I mean, you see a
Not
4 or 5 star.
necessarily. I don't.
I know,
No,
but
I'm not
Oregon-
sitting
no,
here
it
at
don't
night
matter.
watching.
It
this.
does matter. That's why you
I'm
said
not-
Your
that.
favorite player in the world, Josh Allen, couldn't even get a damn scholarship.
Touche.
He had to go to JUCO.
He wouldn't have won a
And then he
national
went to
championship
Wyoming,
in college.
who's- What is
He
Wyoming
was a
ever
late
done?
developer. He's rare.
Some of
He's
these guys
literally,
may
that's
be
why they're
too.
talking so much about his story because he's so rare, just
Hey,
like Tom Brady.
He's not rare.
He is rare.
Cam Newton went to JUCO. Aaron Rodgers went to JUCO.
Was it Sam Darnold? No, not Darnold.
How many years?
There's
is
a
that-
bunch of people.
How many years is the
that are late
NFL?
bloomers?
How many
that-
years has the NFL been going on? 80 plus. Okay, then
Something like that.
you're naming 4 or 5 guys. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's rare.
Baker Mayfield was a walk on.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't judge it. The stars
Don't-
mean
don't-
nothing.
yeah, the stars.
They
don't
had
mean
Josh
shit.
Allen as a 0
But
star.
but what I'm saying
A
is,
zero
I
star.
agree with you. The stars don't mean anything as far as
Because a 3-star that hasn't developed yet, and give him a year or 2, he's a 5-star real freaking quick.
this. But you're not getting my point.
He
The
just hadn't
only
hit his
reason y'all know
man meat
those 2
yet.
guys is
They're
because
18,
of the
19-year-old
stars
kids.
beside their name, and y'all are saying and hearing and reading that they're supposed to be good. That's the only reason we
That's
know
what I'm
them.
telling you. I'm not doing that. I'm not reading that they're good. I'm not buying into none of this until the
They show me
summer.
what's on the field.
Until the summer roster.
But you know their
Listen,
names.
No, I don't. Until
The
the
2
summer.
guys is what
No,
I'm saying.
I have no idea what their names are.
You
Tyler.
just named them. You
I
said
know he's from Baylor, and I know one guy's from Georgia Tech. Outside of that, I do not know
Well,
their names.
beside okay.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Is,
You might not know
their names.
until
you
the
might not know
summer-
their names, but
until
you
spring
know
ball to see what
those
they
two
put
guys
together.
are supposed to be good.
But until the summer roster comes out, I am not going to buy in or devote any of my time to this because I hate this way of college football. It's
It's not going to change.
It's going to be regulated at some point in time, and until it is, I'm not going to pay attention to it.
I'm kind of there too. I feel like there's
I'm
a lot of
pissed off.
people
Tell me.
that are just like, dude, if this is the way it's going to be, I'll watch when I can, but I ain't going to be putting a whole lot of chips in.
Whose
this
idea
college
of a
football.
podcast this
This
was
is just a
to
whole
start
shit
right
show.
when NIL
Well,
started.
we've been saying it before the portal and NIL.
Yeah,
4 or
but
5 years
you
and
started
we're
it
just-
right when
We
NIL
started. Steve, I agree. I do hope Courtney Crutchfield is headed our way from the zoo.
Yeah,
that'd be a good
get.
Be a good
Good
get.
guy to
for
throw
sure.
the ball to.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I
but-
think we
well,
do need to go
yeah,
get a running back or two, and we need to go get some defensive.
let's talk about Texas Tech
But,
game coming up.
I'm optimistic.
The line shifted once Texas Tech quarterback went out. We've got everyone and their mom out on our side. Our this is what's so discouraging. Our biggest target right now is Tyrone Broden. Stonehand
Tesla. Tesla's to me is that sure-handed guy. He needs to be our number one go-to guy.
Stonehand.
We got Anthony. We got Broden. We got the tight end that caught 2 touchdowns.
Who's
in the
gonna-
State game.
Who's gonna
Gasake.
Who's going to rush the passer on defense? Our linebackers are
Cam
gone.
Ball.
He's not a pass rusher.
Sorry's there.
He's a run stopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve. So let's talk basketball then.
Yeah, we're about to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Well, let me say this one
All
last
right,
thing.
let's go.
This is the thing about the bowl game. We mentioned the bowl game, and we're talking about we don't know some of these new players on the Hogs. We don't know who we got coming in. This bowl is going to be a good opportunity to see who was under the guys that were starting and see what they have to bring to the table. We may find a gym or two guys that we already have on our roster that just need another offseason, just need some more time to develop, and hopefully we find a few of them guys.
Yeah.
You might be right, but them guys ain't never going to.
Catalan just entered
Help
the
us
portal
get to
from the
the
NLV,
college
had
playoff.
96 tackles.
These backups that are going to be
Catalan's
playing.
going-
He
He's
could go
going to
full
Purdue.
circle. He could. He
He's
could
going
be
to
going to Purdue,
He's
but he
gonna
could be
follow
making a
Butler.
full circle back to Arkansas.
These backups that are playing will never be a starter for a championship team. I don't care. I mean, they're backups.
I mean,
for a
you might
reason.
have one or two
No,
that shine. Outside of that, no.
not in one
So
year.
Arkansas is a 1.5 point favorite. Over under is 54.5. To me,
That's just an SEC.
I'm betting
favoritism.
Texas Tech to cover. I'm betting the under. It's going to be a sloppy game. I
It'll
bet the
probably be
under.
raining.
I'm going to go. It's going to be cold. I'm more than likely. No one's going to give a crap.
So
to be
y'all aren't
there.
going.
I'm not going.
The only way I will go is if someone out there in the world wants to sponsor us to go. And
Steve.
send us. Steve and Wes, pay up. No, I mean I did reach out to a couple people that we were talking to in the early stages of this podcast about sponsoring us. Reached out to them to see if they wanted to sponsor us. I think their holdback is because of the situation we're at with the portal in college football in general. It's no longer the portal. It's college football.
Something's got to
Well,
change. It's inevitable
so-
that it will.
If-
It's just a matter of when.
If you're going to
Yeah.
get a sponsor to do it, a bowl game is not the time to do it. These bowl games mean nothing.
No, I agree. I
Nothing.
think that's one of the biggest reasons why one of the people I reached out to wasn't very interested in sponsoring because
We can get your
exactly like
banner
that.
and we could back this camera up and put your banner right here in front of this table.
So if we went, what my vision was
With our logo, of
is
course.
we're staying in a hotel Friday, or we get there early Friday, we check in, we do a show. We're there Friday night.
They're
come
at the
home-
lobby of the hotel. or
come home
something.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Top
I'm
deal.
sure
but
they.
one night stay at a hotel and
Yeah, we'd have
tickets.
random folks coming by like, who are y'all?
Oh, they know.
Random
That's
old
how.
women.
Hey, we get
They know.
exposure.
Yeah.
a
They
lot
know.
of, actually, you're probably
we'd be
right.
all
A lot of
Razorback
them
up.
would be Razorback fans coming
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
for sure. That's
we go
why you
stay
do
down
it.
there.
We'd probably get a bunch of people that want.
Well,
we'd
what we needed is
call up,
figure out
you know?
if we went, we'd figure out where the team is staying. Which hotel.
Probably embassy somewhere. Hilton downtown.
What are we talking about? Let's go to basketball.
Yeah, all right. You're right.
Or the Peabody.
Well, no, let's do this
Peabody.
because let's be honest. Christmas is next week.
Score predictions.
We might or
never
might
gave
not
those up.
have a podcast next week unless we go to the game more than maybe. So let's give our predictions for the bowl game now. Let's go ahead and do that.
Let's do that.
Camo, let's hear it.
I'm going to say, gosh, it's so hard to tell with these bowl games. It's like trying to figure out,
Didn't
know.
Texas Tech
It's
lose
tough.
their
I'm going to say 31,
one of their coaches?
27 Hogs.
So
I
you're
can't
going to go with the over.
I want to go over.
I don't know. Texas
31.
Tech.
Because, I mean, there's not going to be much defense. I'm telling you.
I just think there won't be much effort.
Well, I don't know.
That's mine.
No, there's going to be tons of effort because of what you said earlier. There's going to be a lot of backups wanting to prove themselves.
Wanting to prove themselves. I'm
So
right
there's
there
going to
with
be a
Buck
lot
on
of
that.
effort. There's going to be some
I'm going to say
people.
31-27 Hogs.
Green's not going to put his life on the line out there, or guys like that. But
Buck, what
these
you got?
backups.
Who's the backup to Green now?
KJ Jackson,
KJ Jackson.
left-hander,
Yeah, that's right.
southpaw,
So
four-star
I
recruit.
can't remember who it was. I think it was our offense coordinator or defensive coordinator.
What up, Kevin?
One of them
What's
is
up,
gone.
Kevin Sweden?
Kevin
Kevin
Sweden in the
Sweden.
house, baby.
An old
They
friend of mine,
also they
or still a friend, but he was my center in grade school. Played football with Kevin. He's super, super good. dude.
Wes
Always
says
been a great
21-10
guy.
Hogs.
What's up, Kev? Love
Well,
you, buddy.
they're also their quarterback's gone. I think he transferred.
He's out. He's in. He had like surgery. or
Something happened.
Yeah, he's
not playing.
He's
So
not
that's
playing.
going to hurt him a lot. Just because of that, I'm going to have the Hogs winning.
What does Steve say? Their
24
starting QB and leading wide receiver are out.
14.
Leading running back is questionable. Hey, I like that, Steve.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know their starting
24-14.
QB was out.
What'd you say? 24-14.
24-14
Who?
just because their quarterback's out. Us.
I'm going to
Us?
say now 31-17 Hogs with what Steve said. I'll say 31-17 Hogs.
I'm going.
That's a lot of points.
I'm going 21-17. Hogs.
I was thinking 24 might be too much.
I'm saying Hogs just because I'm a homer.
But be honest, you want to say like 9-6 Texas Tech.
It wouldn't. Let me just say this: it wouldn't surprise me.
All
if
right,
Texas
time
Tech
out.
beats
Time
us.
out. Let me ask you this: if we win, who gets the credit?
Well, it depends how the game.
If we lose,
no.
Pittman gets the
If we-
blame.
no,
if we
no,
win,
no.
Bobby Petrino.
If we lose,
No.
this guy right here is going to be like,
Taylor
I
Green.
freaking told you.
It doesn't even matter because, like I said earlier,
Oh,
bowl
yeah.
games like this mean absolutely jack. They mean nothing. They mean
It's another
absolute-
opportunity for us to show what we
Honestly,
got.
if I'm busy doing something, I probably won't even watch it.
What are you
You know
going to
how
be
much-
doing next Friday at 6 o'clock?
I don't know, but
Exactly.
Buck, you know how much each team gets for playing in this bowl game?
This
Look
is
it
a
up. Google
crazy
this.
stat. I did
Google
not
this.
know.
oh no, I'll be dropping off my kids. So
Each
yeah, I'll be doing
team-
that.
I did not
Gets
know this.
$6 million for playing in this bowl game.
That's the only reason they play them.
$6 million.
That's the only
Steve-
reason they play them.
Steve, Kevin West, fact check Camo on that because I hadn't yet.
No,
$6 million a
fact
piece.
check me. Yeah, that's
$6 million
100%
a
accurate.
piece each team.
$6 million a piece each
That's
team.
insane.
2024 AutoZone Liberty Bowl.
Steve saying 38-24 Hogs.
Hey, there we go, Steve.
I mean,
Not a baby.
That's a lot of points for a lot of people out.
yeah.
But
I'm just going with
They
the
do
under.
too.
I mean, I'm for sure.
the question is,
I'd bet the under.
is our backups better than their backups? That's going to be the question.
Who? No one knows because they haven't played.
Exactly. That's why it's so hard to bet on these
You'll
games.
find out who was the
So-
deeper team in this bowl game.
Are y'all betting on this game?
You know what I mean?
Oh, I will.
mean,
I'll bet. I never bet on the Hogs, but I will bet on the bowl game.
If I had
Just
to
for-
bet, I
just
would
for funsies.
I would say our backups are better than theirs.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to find out who had the deeper, better backups during the season, Texas Tech or Arkansas.
There might be one or two players
And
that
coaching.
we wish we would have played the whole season.
And you know what matters? Because 7-6 freaking sounds a lot better than 6-7. A
Neither,
hell of a whole lot better.
neither one.
You have a
sound good.
losing record losing this ball game. It's to me, it's very important. Finishing on a good note. I don't care if we're playing with Mary Poppins and Ronald McDonald.
So Steve's right. Their running back, it was a runner up for the Doak Walker. If he plays, that could be the X factor. I mean, he is good.
Yeah,
I went back last week and watched some Texas Tech highlights from this season.
What I thought was funny is everybody was crowning Dubinion. Oh, he's been here 4 years and never left. I think he did enter the transfer portal once and come back, but he has been here. And then the next few days, he enters the transfer.
Speaking of that,
and we were looking forward for Dubinion starting this bowl game.
How did y'all feel about Braylon Russell doing that? He went in, he came out.
That pissed me off.
I mean,
so
he
bad.
even made a post about it saying
grew up calling the Hogs. Like I said,
right, he's a huge Razorback
like
fan.
I said the last podcast, maybe the last two podcasts.
Y'all hear how much he's making at Ole Miss?
Same way with Zatania left.
Is Braylon Russell going to Ole Miss?
Yeah,
he hasn't committed to Ole Miss.
No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
I swear he is.
No, he's not. He's uncommitted.
No, let me go. I'll go here. Let me show you.
Anyway, let's jump to the basketball. The Hardwood Hogs are a lot more exciting to talk about at this point.
Yeah,
well,
sure.
so where I was going with that is a couple weeks ago, we were predicting the non-conference schedule. I said 9-4. I said we finished 9-4.
I said 10-3.
You said 10-3. I think you also said 10-3, maybe 11.
No, he said 11-2.
So I hope
I
don't remember.
You said 11-2, 10-3, 9.
We're 9-2 right now, so I sure as hell hope I'm wrong because if we lose to NC, A&T,
and then who else?
And then Oakland,
we're going to win those two games, and Buck will be right. 11-2.
So we play this Saturday at 1:30 on the SEC Network versus NC, A&T, and then next Monday, Monday after Christmas. The New Year's Eve versus Oakland.
Let's go ahead and talk about the coaching.
Go ahead. I'm gonna find where Braylon Russell's where he's at.
We're going to basketball. So
go ahead. Go ahead.
Calipari is already changing this program. I mean, bringing in talent. Obviously, his world star status, or at least U.S. star status.
Yeah.
He knows so many people. He's the greatest recruiter of all time, no question. He is that number one.
And I really think Calipari, this is something I never really realized about.
Sorry, he's undecided.
And let me say this. Let me say this because this is something I think people would agree. I did not know about Calipari to the full extent. I knew he was a good recruiter. I knew he was a hell of a coach. I've watched him from afar, but it was never from a good light because we were always going against him.
He was the enemy.
And he was like a sleazeball. He was like just a slicked up, politician.
I had to take back a lot of things I said.
It's the suits that he wears, like the Michigan game. What the heck was that?
He had a little blue pocket.
Well, that was for the cancer.
Yeah.
Going full circle, now that he's on our corner, he's in our corner.
You love him.
Well, not only that, you get to see him more from a personal perspective. He's very involved. He's got a great heart.
What I love about him most is he cares about these players and their future.
That's what I was going to say.
He does. He develops them. And he cares.
That's what I'm going to say.
But he is involved in the state.
Well, yeah, that too. But
I did not see that.
This stems back from him caring about the players, wanting the best for them, and he's pushing the right buttons with a brand new team that haven't been playing very long. And what do you get when you press the right buttons on people and you navigate
production,
the camaraderie in the locker room properly?
Effort.
You're going to get a whole lot of effort,
production. Whether they're good or not, you're going to get one thing.
Comes into play with that.
Yeah.
A lot that comes into play with that, and I like to see what what's the tall skinny dude 22
Wagner?
Robinson the third. Is it Robinson the third?
No, that was
tall, lanky, skinny guy, 22, 25. His name's escaping me. Richardson.
21.
Richardson the third.
Yeah, the third. Yeah.
He's impressive.
I was thinking of Wagner.
And Wagner's coming on into his own too.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. We've got. I think it's
Wagner hit a couple crucial threes.
Trevon Brazil's playing.
He's playing.
He's starting to play.
He's got better.
That's what I like. I like seeing all these guys playing better
is because he's got competition.
And we're all gelling. Like we want. It's like a perfect.
Calipari's already caught on to Brazil, just like he has been in the last few years. He's great at times, and he's talked about that in his this past post game, and the one before that. He talks about Brazil being amazing, like the best player on the floor at times. But then he talks about how he'll go through these spells and you'll see him jogging up the floor.
Lack of effort.
And you'll see opportunities for him to dive for a ball or go for a rebound that he just doesn't want to do because he doesn't want to give the effort.
He said he's got more in the tank than what he's been given.
And you see it at times, and he's spot on with that. And if he would just give the effort all the time, he would be
here's the thing.
one of our best players.
I do think after a pretty significant knee injury, you're always going to be
Be a
nursing.
slow-
He was like
you're going to nurse it a
he was
little
like
bit.
that before.
You're going to nurse it a little
He was
bit.
like that before.
He kind of was with his hustle plays. Like when he could go after a ball or a rebound, get on the floor, whatever he needs to do, just show that effort. There have been times where he just kind of.
And this might be saying too much and taking it too far, but that might be why he's getting injured. He's not taking his athleticism or athlete status seriously outside of the gym, and he's not taking care of his body.
The Maui Invitational with Muss.
That's
He
when
was
he
the
got
best
hurt.
player on the floor then, and then he gets hurt.
He gets hurt versus San
But
Diego.
I want
State.
that Trevor Brazil back.
He's there
That dude
sometimes.
was-
He's there sometimes.
Yeah, he is
He
sometimes.
is
But I'm saying on a
on
consistent,
a consistent.
level.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't think he'll ever be consistent. I don't know if he's got an in him.
He
Well,
could be a
I'm-
top NBA prospect
I
if
don't-
he was.
I don't know if he's.
But
he
I
already
think-
has been.
But the
But-
good thing about Cal is he
Not
knows
anymore.
that, and he's going to know when to put him on the court and when to not to put him,
Like
him on the
he
court.
said in the last.
He needs to have a
postgame,
great year to get back in the crosshairs of the NBA.
Yeah.
To get back in the talk of being drafted, he needs a great year this year. I
Yeah.
think he's got.
Well, that exactly. So speaking of just NBA draft and with our current talent we have up there on the hill with basketball,
Boogie Flan's gone. He's
Well,
a
Boogie
one-
Flame's one
he's
and
a
done for
one and
sure.
done.
But
Oh yeah.
I was on the radio today.
Freshman of
I
the
forgot
year,
what show
SEC.
it was, but they were like, "This is the name a better talented team that Arkansas basketball has had in the last 15 years
You
than
can't.
what we have right now."
You can't.
You can't. In the last 15 years, the closest one is Black.
Moses Moody.
no Anthony Black.
They didn't
Walsh,
get as far as
and Nick, but
Moody.
It doesn't matter
talent-wise,
talent-wise.
you had three
Nick Smith Jr.
three
That was
McDonald's
a
All-American.
whole circus.
Now
in itself.
I've got
y'all. yeah, y'all-
reservations with Nick Smith. about
Already
that.
You know-
rolling your
You know
eyes.
who Braylon
Look.
Russell is? Football. He's the Nick Smith Jr. of football.
Nick Smith was
Braylon
actually
Russell.
hurt. He was actually hurt. Y'all don't believe it.
Nick Smith Jr. was actually hurt.
He was hurt, but
He
he
was
was nursing because he knew his ass was going.
He was hurt,
He
and
waited till the tournament. But okay.
like I
I'll play
said
now.
back then, if y'all had the talent to go to the NBA and y'all are playing for y'all's most loved team, the Razorbacks, just like his was, and you tweaked your knee, and there was a doctor telling you there's a chance if you keep running and doing all this athlete stuff on this knee, there's a chance that you're going to get injured for not only a little bit, but could affect your whole career.
If
Would
it's
you still
medically-
play? I wouldn't.
If it's medically,
So, but you would go to the
yes.
NBA and
But
risk
if
it in
you're
the G
cleared
League?
and you're on your own, going,
What's
You're
the
getting-
difference in the?
You're getting paid.
He
A lot
he-
more.
He was getting paid there.
Not near as much as he was up there. He
You
was a
don't know.
top. He was a top.
What's the
10.
league minimum in
What-
NBA?
What did he go in the draft?
300,000, 500,000.
What did he go in the draft? It was top 15, right? So he's getting paid a lot of money, a lot more than he was here.
He is.
And there's a potential.
It's-
Now he's doing actually pretty good for the Hornets.
Is it NBA? Is it
He's
NBA?
playing.
Like is NBA playing right now? I don't
Yes.
keep
Yeah,
up with
yeah,
NBA.
they're playing.
Yes, they just
Is he
did
on a
NBA.
roster?
I would be talking about him, but y'all don't like the NBA. so.
Is he on a roster?
Yeah, he's on the Hornets.
I love the NBA. I'm a Bucks fan. I've just watched them win the NBA Cup.
Yeah, I'm an
Couple nights
OKC.
ago.
I'm an OKC fan.
NBA Cup.
I'm
It's
also
a tournament, like a beginning of the year tournament in the NBA.
Dude, speaking of basketball tournaments,
Before the
did you
season
know the
kinda gets full-blown going.
HBCU had I think it's like called the Chris Paul or Chris something or another HBCU basketball tournament. I was watching it at walk-ons. There was 3 or 4 games going. It was
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
sweet.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
know.
there's some
I-
good.
I had no
ball
idea that
comes,
they-
HBCU.
Well, yeah, for sure. I just didn't know that they had a basketball tournament every year devoted to the HBCU.
So back what I was saying to Calipari, he's brought a whole new culture, as y'all know.
Where'd you
He's
get that hat?
Online.
ADHD. What are you
You
talking
done
about?
this is the second time you're in love with that. Just take it off his head.
I mean,
You better watch
You
out.
mentioned it twice.
You better not lay it down. I'll snatch it.
well. Anyway, Calipari, he's great. That's all I got to say.
Well, duh.
Duh.
You got me so off
You know
track
that.
now. I don't even know.
But what I
I
can't
can't
stand
even
about
think.
Calipari is his damn interviews. He's
I
so
love him. I
scatterbrained.
love him. I love him. He's
Oh
like
my
me.
God.
I love him. No.
He's like squirrel.
Yeah, the Sports
Scatterbrained.
Center. The Sports Center interview. He was
Yes. So Steve's on here saying Adu is an X factor for the
for
team.
sure.
Different team with him and Brazil
Absolutely.
the 4 together for sure. We just got to get.
He's
Yeah.
he's bringing the
He's
bruiser
gotta
to
get
the team. He's
like
bringing the
100%.
screens, the rebounds, the I'm gonna mess you up if you look at me wrong.
Well,
Kind of
because
bruiser.
we have three big guys.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Adu, we've got Brazil, and
We
we've
got
got
one.
Z.
We got one.
They're all close to 7 foot.
Well,
if you're
just because you're
talking about
7 foot
height,
doesn't mean.
Okay, I'm talking about
wise,
height.
yeah.
He's our only guy that really can guard the paint, and that's going to sit in there.
No,
and stick it in.
He's not. All three of them can. They all block shots.
They're going to get pushed around. Z and Brazil's going to get pushed around. They're too damn skinny.
Well, you said guarding the paint. You didn't say getting against another bruiser. That's why we good to have him, Adu, is because he's a bruiser. And
Well, I say that because how many good teams like Kansas and North Carolina and Duke is going to have a big, burly, dude.
I mean,
that's
you can't
gonna
say
throw
Big
their
Z
weight
can't
around.
guard the
Baylor
paint. He had
on
like
the block.
7 blocks with the
Baylor's got
games.
one. I mean,
Illinois had one, and we
put-
couldn't stop them.
pushed us around.
Yeah, Adu wasn't there. And you're right.
I'd like to
A-
see us play Illinois again with Adu. I think
I
it'd
would
be
too.
It'd be a 1 or 2,
It'd be a
3-point
different
game.
for sure.
Not a
Yeah.
9-point
Just
game.
like Calipari said in the interview after the post game, he said, without Adu, we don't win that game.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
And I mean, I think Thero, Adu Thero, or how I think it's
He's under the
Zero.
radar.
He's under the radar for
Yeah.
sure.
our guard
You,
plays
you watch him.
phenomenal with Wagner
Wagner, man.
and Flan
I-
and Davis.
Thero can even shoot.
Wagner was getting me fired up during that Michigan game. But I said
And who's Fox?
I-
Fox.
I kept saying it. I said he's feeling it. He's feeling it. Feed him.
Yeah, you
Hit-
did say
Who's the
Yeah,
guy
that.
yeah.
that came with?
He took a couple questionable
Kentucky.
shots for me, but
Is it Fox? Is his last name Fox?
You thinking of Darian Fox that played for
No, I'm thinking he come from kind of got the fro looking hair.
Knox,
Knox.
Cotter Knox,
Fox. I say Fox. It's Knox. Yeah, I couldn't
Fox
think of their name.
Fox and Knox
Uh,
and Fox and Box.
We're not going to tell you what Buck just said.
Where's the beat? I hadn't used the beat
I
in a
didn't
long
say
time.
anything. What do you mean? Oh Lord. Anyway, yeah. Thero, Knox, we got some athletes.
We have some freaking athletes.
some athletes out there. So we got
Yeah.
the whole package.
Well, I think Buck, you're going to be right. I think we're going to finish it out 11-2.
So where does that put us? How many wins do we have to get in the SEC? How many wins do we have to get in order to
good
make
Lord,
the tournament?
that's
you
a lot.
saying
I think 20 is the magic number. We're going to win 9 SEC games. We have to.
how
20
many,
is the magic.
how
number.
many total?
We're been 11-2.
No, how many total SEC games?
18 SEC games.
Yeah. So we need to go 50-50 at minimum.
That's what. Do you think there's going to be? So
I think-
the gauntlet of the SEC basketball is insane. Do you think there's going to be a 14-14 in the SEC?
No.
Me neither.
No, I
Me
think
neither.
the winning team wins 12-13 games.
Yeah, I don't.
Because
see it.
everybody's going to beat everybody.
14.
Auburn
there
will
might
beat
be a 14.
Tennessee.
There might
but
be.
Tennessee will lose to A&M.
Auburn's good.
It'll
Have y'all
just be
seen
bad.
Auburn? Auburn
Auburn
is
and Tennessee
good.
is
Auburn's-
really good.
Tennessee's.
Auburn
I'm
looks really
scared
good.
of Auburn and Tennessee. Now we have the talent to match up with them, but for the chemistry that's out there right now and what I've witnessed with my own eyes on TV, they're gonna beat us by 20.
Auburn has probably the player of the year.
If Boogie Flan stayed one more year, he'd probably get that. But he'll get
He's
freshman.
Yeah,
of the
he's,
year.
he's yeah.
SEC freshman of the year. He might even get
I mean,
NCAA, like whatever that award
we
is called.
start SEC play. I mean, just in it. Number 1, Tennessee.
Yeah.
At Tennessee.
Right.
I mean that's
Away
just, that's
too,
just
right?
throwing it in.
Away,
Yeah.
right?
So right now, Arkansas, I was looking at this on Bet Saracen. Arkansas is plus 2250 to win the SEC. Plus 2250. Put 10, 15, 20 bucks on that. Because we have just as
22.50?
much talent
So
as
for $100, you're going to
T-
win $2,250 if they win the
Yeah.
SEC.
so
Hmm.
well for every 100 you want
You
two-
would win $2,250.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anybody
Why
want to
not?
throw in a pool but get $10 at a time?
yeah,
And we'll-
I'd do it. I
We'll,
mean, do a pool.
yeah.
Get, but we have just as much talent as Auburn, as Tennessee, as Alabama.
For sure.
You know what? And all those guys are plus, like plus 250, plus 150. Something real. real
This
low like
this
that. What-
new transfer error is helping Calipari actually. because
it's always helped us in basketball.
it's helping us this
Even
year,
with
especially.
Well, somebody that can
He's-
recruit like him, he don't care whether there's NIL or not. He's
Well,
going to get
that's-
the players.
That's
He'll
what I'm
get the
getting at. He
players.
moved here and he's had one summer to do this, and he did it because of the transfer portal. And
Yeah.
that's the only reason.
I mean,
Yeah.
Brazil was the only
He wouldn't have left
player on the
Kentucky
roster.
if he knew he couldn't take some of his guys. with
Also, our money from Tyson. I mean, that might have helped a
him.
little
Well,
bit.
yeah, he wouldn't have done it without Tyson.
5 point, like
If
5
he
million
didn't know
or
he didn't have the
something.
financial backing to do
Strictly
what he
to-
wanted to do.
Was it 7? I
Wasn't
thought it
gonna
was 5.5. Is what I heard from Tyson. Just strictly basketball.
7.
Was it
7 million.
million? That's even more insane.
I
That's
think
crazy.
I think it's top in the country.
How much is
It-
Boogie Flame making? Do y'all know?
I imagine. a
Well,
good
that's the
little
thing. Like,
Million plus.
it's
gotta
not
be.
published anywhere. Like, that's I don't
Well,
know.
I know that. I'm asking how much do y'all think? I think it's 1 to 2
Hey,
million.
there
for sure.
there is a group out there called Nilly, NILLY, that is acting as an agent for these college guys. Look it up, Nilly, NILLY. They're going in. They're doing that. Those are the ones who's doing the tampering, saying, "Hey, I've reached out to Ole
so and so,
Miss.
so and so, so. This is what we can
This
get
is
you
what we can
if
get
you enter
here
the transfer
if-
portal,
Exactly.
and they know where
that's
they're
what
going to go
doing.
before they even enter.
And I'm sure
And that's all illegal.
Well, that's
you're
what-
not
that's-
supposed to do.
No,
anything.
if they're not affiliated with the university, yes, they can.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's why they're
that's,
agents.
That's the end around. Is it's not Lane Kiffin end around, doing this.
But he's talking.
But he's
But
the
the
one who paid, he's the one who paid the money to the offshore.
The university is telling
Yeah,
these
for
agents
this.
how much, and that's illegal. It doesn't matter if it's an agent or the player. They're telling that the university is
Sam
telling these
Pittman
agents.
literally said to the players, go enter the portal and go see what your value is, and come back here and let us get the last bid.
because he knows that's going to happen anyway.
I know, but I mean, come out and say it.
You instead of
though
being
it's
no,
a-
please stay, you're going to be
I
like,
know, but saying it, but it's you're not
I
supposed
mean, what the
you're not supposed
freak
to
is
do,
he
but it's
supposed to do?
happening.
It's either no, please stay, don't go. We need you. Where
Please stay
I
for
understand.
500,000, even though
My-
Ole Miss is offering you
no,
$1
you
million.
say get your ass gone or
no,
be
no,
committed.
my point is
Shit or get off the pot because I got to go get somebody to
Exactly.
replace your ass
exactly.
if you're going to go.
It's time
And
to
that's
show
the
that.
attitude I would have.
I would too, but I've said it because it's happening every single D1 team.
Yes.
Sam Pittman is an old school coach, and that's what he is. He's a
And that's why
relationship
I
coach,
don't want
and that's
Bobby-
why I don't want him as a coach.
That's why I
right
don't
now.
want Bobby Petrino as the head coach.
I might agree with that. I might agree with that.
It's those
But as an
times-
offensive coordinator, I
As
would still love
X's and
that.
O's, put him as the coordinator. We need a freaking general manager. We need a GM that can. Sam Pittman
We need a
should not
character.
have to
We need a character.
be in
College-
the trenches of this.
Your
He should
check
be worried
is the
about
general manager.
who?
Your check is the general
No,
manager.
your
We
check
need-
is the AD.
We need an
He's
Eric
What is the general manager
Musselman.
called?
No,
We need
no,
an Eric
we need
Musselman
a
for the football coach.
general manager. We
That's
don't.
been the first time it's
Hunter,
ever
you're-
happened.
No, it's not. There's tons of colleges that have AD or GMs. Look it up. There are tons of colleges that have general managers.
On outside of the athletic director.
I wish this was
Yes.
a BS button because I would hit it.
Okay.
Go look it up. Go look. And
You
look
got
at
an iPad right there.
at
Show us.
NCAA general. Well, I mean, okay. Well, my focus is
The
going to
guy
be
in
on
the
this.
You
middle
one
here.
prove us.
here. Shut up, Hayden. I'm sure your dad told you to get on there and
Who's
say
Hayden?
something. Wes's son, I guess.
Ah,
I'm assuming that's who that is. No, they just some NFL guy just got hired on to be like Andrew Luck or some bull crap like that. Just got hired on somewhere like Stanford or not. I don't think it was Andrew Luck, but someone like that.
And this is all
it's
recent.
probably becoming
because of
too
the,
complex that you probably need somebody like that. But I didn't know that
Yes.
they had general managers.
Yes, it's happening. We're behind the 8 ball. Ole Miss has a GM. I forgot.
think what
who it
Josh
is,
said,
but Ole Miss
Without
has a
even
GM.
saying it, might be onto something. Having the head
Wes,
coaches.
we
be
do
the
not need
general
Coach
manager.
Prime. Get
Not
off
even-
the,
you
get
don't
off
even
the
have to
Coach
know
Prime
much about
bandwagon,
football.
Wes. He's not coming here. We don't want him here.
Who's that?
Wes he's always
Wes. We
Coach
don't need
Prime.
Coach
We don't,
Prime.
Coach Prime. It don't fit in the SEC. It does not fit.
What are you talking about? He would get so much. He would do better than Pittman. I promise you.
He might.
I know he would.
As
He would
far as
bring in,
getting talent.
He would win more games with that talent too.
All that is
Talent wins
about
games.
all that is.
I
with
just-
Coach
I'm thinking
Prime is
about
about
Prime.
this bling bling. Look at this. I got my sunglasses on. I got my chain.
Is that real?
Yeah, it's real. It's
Really.
Italian.
I wish I'd
It's
tested.
Italian silver.
Italian
Mother truck. I've been wearing this for like 10, 12 years. Something like
It
that.
ain't turned your neck green yet.
No, because it's real. It's from Italy. It's from Italia.
Okay.
Italiano.
Why are you looking at me? I believe you.
I mean, back to basketball. The SEC is a gauntlet. It is by far the most superior
The worst record
basketball
in the
league.
SEC.
It's the deepest league I've
It's
seen in a long
The
time.
worst record in the SEC right
The
now
Big East had like 8 or 9, 10 teams a few years ago that was really, really good.
is South Carolina. You know how many games they've lost?
South Carolina, they're 8-3.
3 now.
Yeah.
3 games.
Yeah.
And they're at the bottom.
You said they're the sleeper.
They're at the bottom, is what I'm saying.
Vandy's at the bottom.
Well,
How many
what
teams?
does Vandy?
They're 10-1 for some reason. The standings have them
I
at
promise
the very,
you,
at the
South
very
Carolina
bottom.
is at the bottom as far as the losses go.
Yeah, there's nobody more.
And
than
they're
3 losses
8-3.
in the
Yeah.
SEC.
They're
You're right.
8-3.
Yeah, South Carolina's got the most losses, 8-3. Yeah, you're right.
And everybody else has less losses.
Florida's look scary
If
too.
you
That's
put
pretty
8,
wild.
Florida's
if you put
11-0.
if you put
Florida
8
and
and 3
Tennessee are both undefeated.
in any other conference, they would be at minimum middle of the
and
pack.
Tennessee. Missouri's 10-1. I mean, you've got Florida 11-0. You've got Oklahoma 11-0. Tennessee 11-0.
Who have they all beat? I mean, I know some of them, but
All
like
right, Tennessee. Let's go through there real quick. Their significant win thus far is they beat Baylor.
Baylor, which we lost to.
We lost 2.
But we've
they-
By how
also
much?
we also have Adu now, and we've also
77-62.
gained a lot of experience. in
77-62.
Mhm.
But we had some guys out that game.
That's their only top 25 win. Yeah.
And we had some guys out that game. Our marquee wins, obviously Michigan, and then what, Miami?
Miami's not a marquee win, in my opinion.
Okay, so who else? Who else have we played that would be our second best win? Have we looked at our
the
RPI?
Kansas Expedition game? You know,
Well, that ain't count.
I know it don't count, but you know, no one really. Florida hasn't played a top 25 team. They're undefeated. You know, I think
Well,
once
that's
you
one thing in
get into the
basketball.
thick of it, you're going to learn who you
Well,
are.
unlike football, because football, it's trending towards it not making sense scheduling tough non-conference games if they're just going to look at, your record, kind of like they did this year with some of these teams. But in basketball, it is very key for you to schedule tough non-conference games, get your RPI up, get your strength of schedule up, and preferably win some of those games like we did against Michigan. The Michigan win's going to come into key
Mhm.
play here at the end of the year if
Yeah.
we're on the bubble.
Tennessee also
Obviously.
beat Illinois by 2. I mean, Illinois beat us, 90, what was it, 90 something?
Mhm.
Yeah, 97, 77. I mean, scores, in my opinion, like that don't matter because we could play them a week later and beat them.
Basketball, so
It is.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can get guys that just get hot, and home and away really matters in basketball because just like Bud Walton, we're 5-10 points better at Bud Walton than we are.
Yeah, when
On
Bud
the road.
Walton's
Now, neutral
rocking,
site like we
that's
played in
10
Kansas
that-
City
it's
or
10
Madison Square Garden,
it's-
maybe not, but
It's 10, 15 points.
Have y'all
if
watched Auburn
Bud
play?
Walton is-
This is why
Yes.
I'm impressed with them.
yeah, I watched all.
I can't stand
Listen-
Bruce Pearl.
listen to
I
this
hate Bruce
schedule.
Pearl.
Listen to these schedules. So Auburn started off with some cupcake, but then they played Houston, number 4. They beat them, 74-69. They play a couple games later, Auburn versus Iowa State. They were number 5 in the country.
Yeah.
They beat them by 2. Then they played right after that North Carolina, number 12.
3.
They beat them by 13.
They're battle tested.
Then they played Memphis right after
And
that.
Memphis is good.
They beat them by 14. Then
That's the game I watched.
hang on.
Auburn versus Memphis.
This is 4 games in a row. And then they played Duke, which the 4th game in the row, they finally lost by 6
Yeah.
against Duke. Barely.
Yeah.
Then
Hey.
a couple games later, they beat Ohio State 91-53.
Yeah, they've got a
Okay.
tough matchup this week
Then they
versus
played-
Purdue.
Yeah, they're playing Purdue this week, and they'll
They'll
probably beat them by
they'll beat Purdue
15.
by 10.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Auburn's the
Yeah,
real
Auburn's
deal.
really
I
good.
think.
The only reason they lost to Duke is the 4th ranked game. Not only ranked, but top 10. I mean, that's crazy.
I'd say Bruce Pearl and Cal are probably the two best recruiters in college basketball. They kind of have a way about them. I don't know what it is, but they're
Charisma.
Yeah, they just got that kind of it factor.
Bruce Pearl.
I don't like Bruce Pearl.
Bruce Pearl to me.
If he was a hog just like Cal, y'all be like, I love Bruce
I never
Pearl.
hated
Bring
Cal,
in them
though.
recruits.
I never hated Cal like y'all did.
I
never
I've
did.
heard you say some pretty crappy things about Cal.
Yeah, probably when he got kicked out of the game or something.
Yeah,
who knows
you were
what I'm saying?
flipping off the TV.
I never thought badly of Cal. I never had one bad word
every
to say
Hog
about
fan
Cal.
had to take back something.
Well, of course,
more
you're
than a
rooting
few
for your
things.
Hogs, but what
Exactly. But
You don't think
listen.
Cal has not said we're going to kick their, in the locker room?
Exactly, but how I feel about Eli Drinkwitz is basically how I feel about Bruce Pearl. I cannot
me
stand
too.
Bruce Pearl.
Drinkwitz
Me
is
too.
top.
I'm the same way
tier.
about both of them.
Cringe for me, top tier. I
You know
cannot
who else I
stand
hated?
Cringeowitz.
He's not coaching anywhere now. Jimbo Fisher. I couldn't stand that guy.
I didn't never.
Ever since he was at Florida State, I could never stand him. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You can never put your finger.
Jimbo was a very good
Why are we getting on football now?
like deflector of questions. He'd get asked the tough questions and he'd somehow figure out a way to just
How do you
deflect.
take a goofball and
You know what we
Jameis
should-
Winston
we
and
should
win a
do?
championship?
We should go after Mike Gundy after this year.
Everyone's saying
No.
Mullet.
He's not-
Man
he's
in
a-
Arkansas.
he's just like Pittman.
No,
He's an old era.
He's washed up.
He's old.
He's washed up.
He's old school. You can't have an old school
Pittman's
coach.
20 years older than Gundy.
No, he ain't.
No, he's not.
Gundy-
Gundy's been there 20-something years.
Gundy's been that coach.
I guarantee
for
he's
20
got 10 years on. Google it. How old is Gundy?
You Google it.
Google it.
Y'all keep telling, y'all disagreeing with stuff. You Google
Are
it.
you doing Gundy? Are you doing Gundy?
Yeah, Mike Gundy.
How old is Sam Pittman?
Anybody know?
Sam Pittman's 63.
Okay, 57. So
All
6
right.
years. 6 years.
Gundy,
I said 10.
Hell, Oklahoma State done lowered his
You said he was the same age.
cut his
I
contract.
said close.
6 years ain't close.
Cut his
But-
contract and
You're not getting
Hell,
what I'm
he
saying.
sold
They're
his
both
house.
old school coaches, and they both are relationship coaches. They ain't the new school.
you gotta
Here's
have,
your money.
you gotta have
Let's-
someone what's the Arizona
Let's go
State?
put a basketball goal on the
What's that
sideline
Arizona
type
State
of coach.
What's his name?
Oh, he's like 30 years
that's
old.
the guy.
That's
the
we
guy.
ain't getting him.
No, I'm not saying that's the guy we need to go after, but you got to get a mentality like that.
Fuck, you could say Santa Claus. Santa Claus is the guy we need to go get and bug and be like, anybody but Pittman. Hell, let's go hire Santa.
It's the
And Rudolph
tits.
can be the offensive coordinator.
I mean, we'd be flying high, wouldn't
The
we?
Grinch, the Grinch is the defensive coordinator.
That was a good one.
Oh, well, I mean,
You got
Oh.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's the OC. The
Oh,
Grinch is the DC. And we got Santa wearing the hog.
You got
He's the head hog.
you got
Buck would be
Vixen
all
over
about
there in the back getting drunk.
Yeah.
I tell you what, with that,
Connor and
Common over there in the damn cheerleaders.
we'd be unwrapping presents every Saturday if we had that, instead of this. Oh, another loss. Let's see if
Hey,
we can't be
I-
optimistic
anybody
about
but
that. Well, let's see if we can't be optimistic about a 10-point loss. in
I
the
saw
SEC.
your dad. Your dad
God.
commented on a Razorback page. Someone posted
He comments.
and he commented. He goes, "You're just stirring
I
the
don't even think he
pot.
gets on Facebook.
You're just stirring the pot." And I commented. I tagged him. I said, "You need to come on the podcast."
I'll tell you what, he's like me. He'd be surprised, y'all. He would argue with y'all. a lot
Wes,
all the
what are
time.
you
Come
doing?
on.
What are you saying, dude?
We
You're
got
only-
an extra
only
headset. Come
gonna-
on, Wes.
You're only going to pay for Tyler's bowl game ticket only? Come on, Wes.
I mean,
man, thought we
The
were-
fuddy duddy of the
look.
whole group. He
Yeah.
gets a free ride.
If anybody needs to pay for their damn ticket,
That's
it's
the
that
American way these days. Is
He needs
the
to pay
negative
for his
person
own ticket. He
gets
don't ever go to the game.
No, it's not the negative person. Guys, help me out. It's the truth. And that hurts y'all. That kills y'all. That digs deep down in there.
No, it don't.
Yeah, it
No,
does.
I-
Pittman
I want the best
is
for
not
Pittman. I
our
think he can do
future.
it.
He's not our present. He never was. He never will be. And that
he
eats
pulled
y'all
us out of
It
he
eats y'all
pulled us out of
alive.
the darkest
It eats y'all
days
alive.
we've
No,
ever
it
seen.
It eats y'all.
It really don't.
He pulled us out.
I could have pulled us out of them
No, you
days.
fuck-
Shit.
Oh,
You couldn't pull yourself
Damn.
out of them.
What are y'all talking about?
You couldn't
We won
damn-
1 or 2 games. Shit. Exactly my point. Anybody could have pulled us out of that.
No.
Come on now.
But you couldn't hit
anybody.
Just because he pulled us out of a
boat.
2-win season doesn't mean y'all give him the
Two-win
freaking
seasons.
brains
Two.
for 20 years.
No, we're not
Two-win
saying
seasons.
that.
That's my point.
We're not saying
That's
that.
that's my point
God
even more.
dang.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not saying he's
You're
the
not
You
dynasty
gave him
coach.
5 years, 3 too many.
You're not going to convince him. He's just going to hate on Pittman. He's a Pittman hater.
So you're 3 too many. So after the third year, after we win 9 games
No.
in 2021, and then the second year we win 7 games,
There's,
it's time to cut him. Fuck it. Cut
no,
him.
after the second year, we should have cut him.
After we won 9 games, we should have cut him.
We won the second year 9 games?
Yes,
Okay,
you're
I thought.
fucking stupid if you think that.
Fuck.
9 games. Can his
That's what
ass.
Buck's going to do.
Can his
Time out,
ass.
time out.
Here's the
9
deal.
games.
No, it don't matter who
Get
we
him off
hire
the
next.
sideline.
So it
Buck
was
will
the second
give
year.
the first guy a year, but halfway through the second year, if
No,
he-
Budman wants
on a
half-year
winning streak,
contracts.
he's
Y'all-
like, this
y'all-
guy ain't
y'all
the
are talking-
answer.
time out,
We're
time
a
out.
year and a half in.
Half-year
He's not the
contract.
answer.
Y'all are talking so much crap over there. I've got to say this. What did I say? I muted y'all. What did y'all say? And what did I say after the 4th year? Not this past year, but the year leading up to this past year.
When we
What
won
was y'all
4
saying?
games.
Y'all give him another chance. What was I saying?
You were
Fires
You were
it.
wanting to fire him 3 years ago.
No, I wanted to fire
You
him.
said 6 games.
I got my
he gets
years
fired,
mixed up.
7 games we can keep him.
When we got a chance to
That's
go
exactly
7
what you
games.
said.
And what did I say? If you go back to the first episode, I said bowl game does not count.
He did say that
Bowl game does
He
not
did
count.
say
Bowl
he's not
games
counting
don't
the
mean
bowl game
shit.
as the final.
Excuse my language,
He's
people.
saying
They don't mean a
because we asked
dang thing.
with or without the bowl game, and he said
They
without
don't
the
mean
bowl
a
game.
dang thing. Unless you in the
Yeah.
playoffs, it doesn't mean nothing but money.
But
for
he's
this.
1 game away from keeping Pittman. He's a son of a bitch. He needs to go.
Exactly.
One ball.
If he would have won the Missouri game, if he would have won the A&M game, if he would have won the Oklahoma State game, I mean, there's so many games
Yeah,
that
if
could
he
have
would-
won.
have fumbled-
Oklahoma State.
But
If,
you
if he wouldn't have fumbled the ball,
Culture.
you know,
Yeah,
and,
Culture.
and if he wouldn't have let the offense score off of
Yeah.
turnovers,
I know. Pittman,
god dang,
He's just botching it.
it's no, you got to have
Who's in charge of all those
player
players?
accountability.
Who is in charge of all those players?
I'm not
is
saying
with those
he's
players
the
every day at
greatest
practice.
coach ever, but
Y'all are getting me fired up over here.
You're-
Who
I'm
is
not-
in the leader in charge? The top dog.
yeah,
But he
it's the CEO.
He has some
same dog.
responsibility, but not every bad thing that happens is his fault. Every good thing that happens is not. He had nothing to do with.
But at the end of the day, wins and losses go back and reflect on the head coach. Not only reflect on the head coach,
No.
reflect on all the
In
coaches.
your eyes,
But mostly
wins
the
reflect on the players and the coordinators, and the losses reflect only on the head coach.
No, y'all are making stuff up.
Guys, it's Christmas time. We
Y'all
don't
are
need to
making
be.
stuff up.
We don't need to be. Having,
What'd you get me for Christmas?
I got you. I got you something.
Couldn't have seen that one coming. We got the.
I'm about to transfer
We've
out
got
of this
the
podcast.
transfer
Start my
button.
own podcast.
We done said that 3 weeks ago.
Well, I
You were-
should.
You were starting
because
LSU.
y'all are about dumb as a box
You're
of
all
rocks.
over that
Saying
Tiger
Pittman
dick.
is the future. Come
You're
on
all
now.
over that Tiger dick.
What?
You like LSU.
What do you-
You've been saying it for
You-
years.
You're throwing out some words.
what did I get you
I
for
don't give a
Christmas?
shit.
I got you a lump of coal.
I got you a big old glass of.
Don't say it. You
No, I got
You
y'all
cussed
something.
it out.
I really got y'all
I don't
something.
care. I am 31 years old. I am divorced. Not currently.
I thought I was like,
I was going-
what?
As of this morning,
I was doing the Matt
What?
Foley. I am 30. I was doing the Matt Foley.
Anna.
Oh my god.
I am not divorced. I am currently married. I am twice divorced.
I'm what
but,
he said the first time.
Uh,
The actual D.
I don't care though. I do not
You are
care about. I don't care if I hurt someone's feelings. I don't care if I cuss. I don't care if my mom hears. I
You
don't
did care.
Not really.
You did care.
No, you were the
Don't
one
listen.
at the beginning saying no f bombs.
Mom, don't listen to him.
No
I said no
F-bombs.
F-bombs. There's no room for it here.
No F-bomb. But you say it every other word when you're not in front of the camera.
No, I do
yes,
not.
you do.
I would bring
No,
up
I
something
do
else.
not.
He's.
You're a liar.
I would bring up something else Josh has done,
He's a
and it
damn
wasn't.
liar.
It wasn't really cussing,
He's
but
not
it was
cussing a
something
lot.
probably worse.
Doesn't the Bible say no sin's greater than the next? So what's the difference between damn and fuck?
Well, I guess you're right there.
What's the Go ahead, Buckman. Talk.
I don't even know why aren't these buttons working.
He turned them off.
Because this volume is
No,
all the way
that's
down.
annoying.
If you know how to control the soundboard. Hey, that's our intro.
Never mind. Anyway,
Hey, from the greatest Christmas movie of all time, when they want to say grace, she starts singing the or the Pledge of Allegiance, or what? Christmas Vacation. They want you to say grace. Stop blasting. I pledge allegiance.
Stop
She
blasting.
starts. Anyway,
Dear God,
no, she says.
our Heavenly Father.
She passed away 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
What were you saying?
I don't know. I'm about
It's
to go
time to
get
end
a
this
brown
shit.
paper bag to put over my head to be on this podcast.
That's how we were with Chad Morris.
About how I'm going
That's
to be
how
next
we
year
were
with a
with
football
Chad
team.
Morris.
That's what I'm going to be
well,
next
it's
year.
not so bad.
Steve's saying love Pittman. He's a far stretch of a head coach, much less than the GM. Amen. Great guy. Think he can sit around and have a beer with. Amen.
For sure. Amen for that.
Amen.
But he's not going to win his 8+
He's not a
games.
strong leader. He's a likable guy. I think that.
Absolutely.
He's
We need to push to the next level. I agree with all that.
Thank you.
But-
so you agree
and
he's,
an excitable guy. Excitable
Yeah.
coach.
he's a guy to hang
I
out
agree.
with, and he's a great guy. He's a good guy.
I think you keep him on staff if anything happens.
So Steve's agreeing with
He ain't
Buck.
keeping on staff.
Steve's agreeing with Buck.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
said it's time to make a change.
Thank y'all.
But
Thank you,
he's
Steve.
He's not on the full on. Just
Well,
Well,
Look at- look at-
I didn't get. I
throw him
didn't
out
get
on
to
the
that
street.
mushy. I didn't get to the mushy stuff. Of course, all what he said is true. He's a great guy. He's a good relationship. He's someone to sit down and have.
you
a
know
beer with.
who's not a good guy.
But he's not going to win his 8+ games again. He's just not. It's not going to happen.
he could have this year.
I can't
Wait,
wait.
this
Till
wait,
we,
no,
I
he-
can't
he
wait
what?
till we go
Hang on.
9-3
He
next
what?
year.
He.
I can't
We
wait
were
till
this
we go
close
9-3
to going
next
8
year.
What'd
games
you
for
say
9
after?
game wins.
What'd you say after he? What? Could have.
Yes.
Okay.
We were very capable. The team he put
We
together
could have in
was
here.
capable. The players couldn't pull it off.
Chad Morris
It
could have
wasn't
went
Sam Pittman.
undefeated.
He put a team together that was fully capable of winning 8 or 9 games. We shown that on the field against Oklahoma State.
Hell, he
A&M,
won
and
more
Missouri.
games with Chad Morris's recruits.
That too.
Point proven. That proves my point even more. Thank you, Caleb.
Well,
That
it's
he pulled
involved
us out of
NIL.
a
We didn't have
out of
NIL with Chad Morris.
shit.
No,
Now
that
we've
just
got
proves he's a
NIL.
better coach than Chad Morris, which is not saying anything. Chad Morris was terrible.
So who gets the credits for the 9 wins in 2020?
John L. Smith is the only thing Morris doing.
No, John L. Smith won more games than Chad
Did he?
Morris.
I thought he won one.
I'm pretty sure we went 2-10 that year too. Maybe
Didn't-
3
I
and
think
9.
we won
We
three,
won
3
3
or 4 games.
No.
Yeah, look it up. Mark the tape. What's that bulge in his pocket? Sorry, I can't say that. That's from another
I'm
radio
calling
station.
BS.
I'll pull it up right now. Where's my app? That was 2012 for y'all idiots. Steve, what was our record in 2012? We were 4-8. Boom. Right here. 4-8. We were 2-6 in conference, 4-8 overall. We were number 8 in the country, and we lost to Louisiana Monroe and in Little Rock.
Yeah, I remember that.
We were 4-8.
That was bad.
Mark the tape, Smokey. Mark it 8, Smokey. Get out of here, you
Sam's
buzzard.
already-
We
Sam
ain't
was
got no
4-8.
fucking band, Randy.
Sam was 4-8 last year.
Wessel like that.
I didn't
reference.
realize that year last year was as bad as John L. Morris or the John L. Smith year.
Chad Morris
Both.
was worse.
Well, I know, but I'm saying the John L. Smith 4-8 year is the same record Sam had last year, which is pretty dang bad.
Yeah.
I mean, 4-8.
I mean, last year,
but
last year,
I'm
in
just
my
now realizing
opinion,
that.
was an
But
anomaly. We had KJ Jefferson that had a shitty attitude.
yeah,
He got his
I'll say this:
Corvette. He got his money. He didn't
Pittman
care.
is if he wasn't on the hot seat now, he's got a scalding hot seat all next year.
Oh,
I mean, I'm talking scalding.
Buck is over here trying to still prove us wrong.
he's-
It's literally on the Razorback app.
Yeah, but I thought, did he not get fired before the end of the year? I thought he
Donnell
did.
Smith?
No, that's Belima. Belima got
Bielema
fired
got canned.
right after the
Chad,
last.
Chad Morris got fired. Before.
Chad Morris got canned.
Okay, before the end of the year.
Browse got canned from coordinator spot.
Yeah, and I don't know who was
Browse?
who was our interim coach.
Not Browse.
I was about to say Browse left.
Dan Eno, sorry.
Where is Browse? He's still there? Where did he go?
Browse is at TCU,
He's the same place. Yeah.
offensive coordinator TCU.
What were you saying? What'd you say?
I think Browse would
I
be
don't remember.
Browse would be better head coach.
All right,
than
we're
him.
wrapping this up. Steve, Wes, appreciate it.
Hang on.
Hayden, appreciate it.
Score
All right.
predictions for this game.
What game?
Hogs by 90.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Oh, I mean,
Oh yeah, I'll
if-
say we
if-
beat him by 35.
yeah. If we
Well,
don't,
if-
if we don't beat them by that much, let's see what the line is real quick before we.
I'm going to say 27 and a half.
The line is
I don't even know what their record is, so I can't even say. What is their record? 3-9.
well, and this sucks. They're 3-9. I don't have my phone.
They're 1-7
Look
away. I'd like to
Look
know
it
who that
up.
one
Look,
win
get on
is.
Bet Harrison and see what the line is.
It doesn't matter. We're gonna win
Yeah,
by
I
20
ain't going to look
plus.
it up. We're
Yeah.
going to wrap it up.
Hey, we can go. 11.
It's probably 27 and a half, 28.
Yeah. All right. Hey, appreciate y'all, Wes and Steve.
Appreciate
Hayden.
you, Steve, especially.
That was
for-
fun. And Victoria for the.
The one person
The-
that agrees with
No,
Buck.
I'm pretty sure they all agree with me that Sam Pittman isn't the future, but y'all just don't want to accept it.
All right. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you
Shitter's
filthy
full.
animals.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas.
Shitter was full.
Don't ever.